Hi there, Zam here for NerdTube. These are my thoughts and spoilers of Happy Gilmore 2, starring Adam Sandler, Julie Bowen, Christopher McDonald, and a large variety of famous faces. And I say famous faces because the cameos come in thick and fast in this film, and not everyone in this movie is an actor. We have people from the world of golf, sports entertainment, musicians, internet celebrities, as well as other actors. So, in this film, Happy Gilmore, 30 years later, he was a very successful golfer. We see a monologue, exposition, whatever, for the first 5-10 minutes of this movie, showing what his life was like. He was winning golf tournament after golf tournament, being really successful, and making a lot of money, having a lot of kids as well. Him and his wife Virginia had 5 children, 4 sons, and finally a daughter. But the last time he played golf, his wife was somewhere far away off on the other end of the golf course, but he hit the ball so hard that the ball ended up hitting his wife in the head, killing her, and because of that he ended up going into depression, and he became an alcoholic. During the course of this film, we see him hiding alcohol everywhere, whether it be within the cucumber, opening up the cucumber and screwing it, drinking out of it, a remote control, binoculars, one of his old golf clubs, anything and everything. He had the cuckoo clock. Instead of a cuckoo coming out of it, it's a bottle of fucking Jack Daniels. He has become a proper alcoholic because of what he assumed he did. He's a very unlucky guy to do what he did. And the fact that he accidentally killed his wife when it's played for laughs and the film was able to pull that off is a credit to this movie, because this film is replicating the comedy style of the original movie, and the original movie is without doubt Adam Sandler's greatest ever comedy, and arguably his best ever movie, some may say as well. And this film does that replication so well, and I have to say, even though this film went down the nostalgic path and it did very, very heavily, it still pulled off its comedy in a way that made you appreciate this movie, that this is a Happy Gilmore movie you're watching. This is a sequel to the original, and even though it's come out 30 years later, it hasn't missed a step. It's done reasonably well. Obviously it's not going to be as good as the original movie, but nevertheless it was a breath of fresh air and a nice trip down memory lane at the same time whilst watching this. So what's the story all about now? He's killed his wife by accident and he's become a drunk. Well, he has to get his shit together again. His daughter has aspirations of being a ballet dancer, and she wants to partake in a ballerina school in Paris, but that will cost Happy Gilmore $75,000 a year. He's lost all his money, by the way. Once his wife died, who handled all the finances, he wasn't able to control his money well, and so he's now broke. So he will have to pick up the golf clubs again in order to make the money that his daughter needs. At the same time, there's a rival golfing firm, a rival golfing league, done by this guy, by the actor. I'm sorry, his name escapes me in the movie, but the actor's name is Benny Safdie. He wants to take golf into the 21st century. He wants to jazz it up, add neon lights, make it a bit more razzmatazz. Make it, like if you've ever been to a Top Golf place, which is like a glorified driving range, he wants to make it a bit like that. And he just wants to take golf in a different direction. But even though Happy Gilmore himself is a bit of an outsider, he's become a bit of a traditionalist as well, and he's mixed up with traditional golfers who all appreciate and respect him, regardless of him falling off the edge, falling off the wagon, so to speak. So he doesn't want golf to change. So he ends up being in the competition where he will be facing the opposition of this golf league, and whoever wins out of the traditional golf league versus the new golf league, whoever wins in the golf tournament will end up being the representative of golf in the future. I hope you got all of that. And so then that's the competition. Shooter McGowan is back, but this time he has a role where he's kind of like, he's not the bad guy anymore. He's changed. I mean, he was in jail for a long time. The word I'm trying to think of right now, redemption. That's it. He's having a redemption arc in this film. He was in jail for stealing the golf jacket, and he became mad, and because of that, he was in jail in the loony asylum for about 30 years. But he finally gets let out, and he overcomes his emotions regarding Happy I mean, they actually have a fight at one particular point, and they let out their grievances on each other, and he becomes Happy's ally, and I like that. I really did like that. That was a nice moment as well. Regarding Shooter, there are other moments which are definitely nostalgic and callbacks to the first movie. Not every actor or character could reprise their role, this being a movie that came out 30 years later. So we have other actors reprising those roles, playing the sons of the characters from the previous movie. And we see that several times during the course of this film. And some of those moments are nice, I have to say that. Overall, it's a decent comedy, done in the spirit of the first Happy Gilmore. And I liked it. I genuinely did. I saw the trailer for this film and I thought, oh my god, this film's going to be really shit. But no, I was wrong. It was a lot better than I expected it to be. And seeing Happy now as a proper professional golfer who knows his shit, but still rages and gets angry at times because he's still got that hockey spirit within him is also nice. You can see he's way more seasoned as well, and certain things that make him happy now, no pun intended, are not what made him happy in the past. So when he goes to his happy place, in the past it was just about being with Virginia because he wasn't married to her yet. He just wanted to be with her. But now his happy place is like watching funny videos on the on the toilet, or maybe losing a little bit of weight, things like that. That's his happy place, and I like that. That's progression for of the character. And yeah, like I said, there's funny moments, there's clever moments. This film is actually a really decent sequel for a movie that has become a sequel to a film that came out 30 years ago. Usually, when you are a sequel to a film that has come out a lot later down the timeline, so to speak, you're never that good. And yes, you do obviously rely on nostalgia to make that film work, but the nostalgia ends up being one of the most fucked up things about it. It's all about getting the balance right, and my god, the nostalgia is heavy in this film, but for some reason it works. And this is one of the few films, there's only one other film I can really think of right now, probably The Color of Money, which was the sequel to The Hustler, and there was like a massive time gap between those two films. And this movie being a 30-year gap as well, this is probably the only other sort of film I can think of which is a sequel to the original that's actually pretty good. Usually when they make a sequel, like for instance Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of Crystal Skull, terrible. Absolutely fucking terrible. And I'm sure there's a few others people can think of when it comes to sequels of movies that have come out so many years ago, like they just don't hit right because like the era has gone. But this film, with its sort of unique sort of comedy style that is very much like the original, does work. It works well, and it's nostalgic, but it feels good. There's a feel good factor in this movie. A riches to rags, back to riches again sort of tell. You're rooting for Happy Gilmore because regardless of him becoming famous and making money at one point, regardless of losing it, he never forgot where he came from. And I like that too. He's still a working class blue collar guy throughout. Even when he made money before losing it, he was always that guy. So yeah, there's elements to this film that makes you appreciate it. Really good character development as well. Honestly, the character development is a lot better than people might give the film credit for if watching it, and they might not necessarily appreciate it. I like this film a lot. I really did, and I like it because I really thought it was going to be shit, and I ended up really enjoying it. So I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10 when it comes to my marking. This is a really good sequel, and I really recommend watching it. The cameos also improve this film. There's some really clever jokes in it, as well as the slapstick ones and the on-screen ones. It's all there. It's mixed so well, and yeah, it's just a good movie. I do appreciate it. If you like the first one, you'll like the second one too. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to NerdTube, the greatest social media channel you never heard of. Take care now. Bye bye.